The Jonny Quest franchise began in 1964 with the television series Jonny Quest and has since expanded into multiple television series, films, comic books, and more. But how has this iconic time capsule from the 60s held up in recent times?
Watch as full living animation makes possible a new kind of excitement never before seen on television.
Welcome to The Rewind. From 1964 to today, this is the evolution of Jonny Quest. Before we begin, make sure to give this video a like and please hit that subscribe button for good luck. Before we deep dive into the Jonny Quest rabbit hole, we have to go all the way back to where it began. We'll escalate through the history of Jonny Quest with a timeline of sorts as we go in order discussing how the series has evolved over time. So, while we might not dissect every little thing about each installment, just know that we're covering a lot of ground here.
See you in a couple of hours.
It smells more like a couple of weeks.
The very beginning. Jonny Quest premiered in 1964 and ran for 26 episodes. A Jonny Quest comic book based on the first episode was also released that very same year. Once we got to the 70s, the Jonny Quest brand began releasing more books to capitalize on the success of the show.
And it will happen every time you enter the incredible world of Jonny Quest.
A series reboot. The new television series Jonny Quest was released in 1986 and ran for 13 episodes. This was a bit more faithful to the original series than the rest that came after, and it also marked the first time we'd see Jonny and the gang animated in color. Yeah, we all might expect that standard now, but that's a huge deal when you consider how the series started. More comics began to sprout from the success of this new show. Comico released the simply titled Jonny Quest, which ran from 1986 to 1988 with 31 issues, Jonny Quest Classics in 1987 with 3 issues, and Jonny Quest Special that same year with another 2 issues. A Jonny Quest TV movie was also released called Jonny's Golden Quest, followed by Jonny Quest vs. the Cyber Insects in 1995. It won't be too long until the franchise gets itself yet another reboot, and this time it's to cater towards a fresh 90s audience. And boy did they deliver! In 1996, the television series The Real Adventures of Jonny Quest finally began. The show ran for 52 episodes, being launched alongside a book series as well as a comic series with new adventures. Arguably, this is the Jonny Quest most people remember when it comes to the animated series. It just happened to be around the right place at the right time, especially when you consider the boom in television shows, specifically Saturday morning cartoons. This fresh reboot was so successful that it even saw its own line of trading cards, action figures, and its own video game, Jonny Quest Cover Up at Roswell.
I think the word is shoosh, Johnny. Oh, shush, slush. All you gotta do is slide. Ready?
A product of its time. Unfortunately, nothing more has come out in terms of new Jonny Quest shows or even a movie to cap things off. The series has been relegated to nothing more than references and cameos in other media, but that isn't to say that they aren't notable or meaningful. The classic Quest team had multiple cameo appearances in the comedy animated series Harvey Birdman, Attorney at Law, most notably in the episodes Ban and Custody Battle and Return of Bird Girl.
A couple? Of course we're a couple.
A couple of guys.
In 2003, the comedy animated series The Venture Bros began, and the initial setup is parodied off the original Jonny Quest series. The series later introduced actual Jonny Quest characters, beginning with Race Bannon in the episode Ice Station Impossible, in which Race dies. Jonny Quest, later called Action Jonny, eventually makes an appearance along with Dr. Z, based on Dr. Zinn, and Rajni, based on Haji. The Quest team has also made cameo appearances in the animated series Scooby-Doo Mystery Incorporated in the episodes Pawn of Shadows and Heart of Evil. These appearances weren't exclusive to just these shows, as they would also appear in the comic book series Scooby-Doo Team Up in issue number 10, A Quest for Mystery. In 2015, the direct-to-video movie Tom and Jerry Spy Quest was released, featuring Tom and Jerry in a crossover with the Quest team. In 2016, DC Comics launched the Future Quest comic book series, featuring the Quest team and various Hanna-Barbera characters, which ran for 12 issues. In this same continuity, the single issue Adam Strange Future Quest Special 1 was published as a crossover between the Quest team and the DC Comics character Adam Strange. In recent years, Warner Bros. Launched its Hanna-Barbera cinematic universe with the film Scoob, which of course referenced multiple Hanna-Barbera series, including Jonny Quest. The Scooby Gang uses a laptop computer with the Quest-branded Q, an indication that the Quest team exists in this shared universe. The credits also show a billboard for Quest Labs, where the Scooby Gang visits Dr. Quest. While this sounds promising, there still hasn't yet been any announcements regarding the Jonny Quest series being featured in future films in the planned Hanna-Barbera cinematic universe. The last we'd ever see of Jonny Quest was in 2021's comedic animated series Jellystone, which premiered on HBO Max. It features Johnny and Haji as an adult married couple who run the town's bowling alley, Quest Bowl.
Jonny Quest. Okay, welcome aboard.
And that's gonna be it, folks. What did you guys think about Jonny Quest? Before you leave, don't forget to give this video a like, and please leave your thoughts in the comments down below. Check out these other videos from The Rewind, and don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell icon so you don't miss any of our future uploads.